Welcome to another one of the videos in our series on how to build a small house that's 434 square feet. And since this is a small house, I'm going to go ahead and do the roof and the plumbing all in one video. And what we are looking at here are 2x6 roof rafters that are 24 inches on center. And as part of the series and other videos that I've already made on home building projects, I try to show you something different during the video. And in this one here, I'm going to show you how the gable studs might need to be notched at the bottom if you put flat backing down. So we can see here where the gable studs are notched over the backing. And it's probably going to be better to put the backing upright, as you will see here in a few minutes. Now let's take a look at our blocking, 2x6 blocks that can be painted before or after you install the roof sheathing, and of course the 2x4 I was talking about, how we turn it up in the same direction as the ceiling joist, and then of course we can nail the backing to the gable studs. And of course the gable studs are spaced 16 inches on center, starting from one in the center. However, if you are going to put a gable vent here, then you might want to offset two of them in the center so you can put a gable vent in the center. However, this method here provides us with a way to support the ridge. And I'm also nailing one of the ceiling blocks to the 2x4, and it's going to toe nail into the framing plate. And of course the backing is going to nail into the block. And this can help stabilize this wall. You can always put a strap across here and line these blocks up, or even put these blocks 24 inches on center or 4 foot on center, or in this case even just put one more block on each side in the center, or equally spaced, to provide you with a little more structural stability for this wall, kind of tying it into the ceiling. Now let's go ahead and put our fascia board on, and if you notice I do not have any lookouts here. You can always put them in. However, I really didn't feel it was necessary for an 8-foot span here, but again, I'm going to leave that up to you. Next up, let's go ahead and install the plumbing, and we will be using copper for the water supply lines and ABS for the drain pipes. And we are going to get started in the section where the water is going to be coming into the building. So this pipe right here will supply all of the water you need to the house. So usually you will have some type of a water shutoff valve here, and of course a line that will connect to some part of the property where you have water. And this could be another building or even all the way back to the water meter. And of course the line is going to go to the area right here where we're going to have our tankless water heater. So even though I'm not showing the water heater, the cold water will come into the water heater from here and then go through all of the hot water pipes. And to make things a little more convenient, I went ahead and colored some of these pipes red to represent the hot water. So keep that in mind while you're looking at the project. And for some of you, this might not be a problem, but usually the hot water is located on the left and the cold water is located on the right. However, I don't worry about that too much on my projects, as long as you can simply mark the hot water and the cold water somehow. But I do need to point that out so that you can make the necessary modifications to correct everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pipes running through the ceiling. And this is all 3/4 inch pipe until we get to the bathroom. And when I say 3/4 inch pipe, I'm running 3/4 inch pipe all the way to the bathroom, but you can always run 1/2 inch pipe from here down. And realistically, if you don't mind flushing the toilet while someone's in the shower and then all of a sudden giving them a burst of cold water, then you could probably run 1/2 inch throughout the entire house without any problems besides that one. Now the reason why I went on this side of the window with the water supply was because this area was a little busy with this one pipe here. So I could have got the water pipes around here, but what's the big deal? Just run this a little bit farther, come on down, and then shoot it across here. And again, as always, you can change this stuff. I'm just providing you with one way to do this. And in this example here, I have the drain on this side of the window trimmer and the window king stud, because most building departments don't want you to drill this big old hole through this thing, so you need to go around it. And these pipes might need to come into this bay a little bit, but I don't think they're going to have to, because I looked at the floor plan and it looks like it'll be a few inches into the cabinet. However, if you need a little more room, feel free to drill your holes through here and move the plumbing over. And again, keep in mind that some of this stuff is meant to provide you with other options, because what I'm trying to do is create a group of videos with a variety of different plumbing and framing scenarios that you can go back and look at and say, hey, okay, this one here will work for me, this one won't. So keep that in mind while you're watching the videos also. Now here we have a clean out, and this clean out is going to clean out quite a bit of the pipe and is located in a good spot. And you can always go back and look at the foundation plan. And I believe that's about the second or the third video in this series, where we have the plumbing coming down here under the slab and then picking up the wash machine pipe and then coming all the way over to here and then out the building. So this clean out here will clean all of this out if there's ever a problem. And then the clean out in the back here will clean this pipe out if there's ever a problem. So pretty convenient. Now let's go ahead and remove the ceiling joist so we can get a better view of the plumbing here. So again, we have the cold water coming in and then feeding the bathtub and shower combo unit. And of course, here's where we have the 3/4 inch line dying into a T that shoots off 2 1/2 inch pipes in each direction. And of course, that works for the hot water and the cold water in this situation. So the cold water is coming down here and then feeding the shower valve. And then it splits off at the T and then comes down here, picks up the toilet, and then goes over to the bathroom sink. And of course, the hot water is coming up here over to the T over here, and you'll probably get a better view of that a little further in the video. And here we have the bathtub and the shower shut-off valve. Of course, this one goes to the shower, this one goes to the bathtub. Go ahead and take a look at the shower. Next up, let's take a look at the toilet. So here we have the water supply for the toilet and then the water supply for the sink. And of course, this is the cold water. Another view of it there. The sink, the hot water, and the cold water. Hot water going around here, and here we have the vent for the sink, and I'm keeping this at 2 inches because I'm also using it as a vent for the toilet. So both of these are at 2 inches, where normally you could have another vent for the toilet separately and then use 1.5 inches for your vents here and then have a 2-inch vent for the toilet. And of course I have the santee turned upside down for the vent. And of course, here's another view of the plumbing where the hot water is coming into a T, 3/4 inch, and then splitting off into 2 1/2 inch water lines. Throw our framing back in, fascia board, and that is it for our plumbing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top of the roof. And since we're here, we might as well sheet it. That's how fast we can sheet this thing on the computer model. And let's just go ahead and take a exterior tour to get an idea how the plumbing pipes come out through the roof. And as always, we are coming to the end of our video here. And the last thing I want to point out in this video will be to consider using some type of exterior grade plywood or even OSB, something that you're going to be painting, because this is going to be a finished section of the house. And again, I will leave that up to you, whether or not you take that advice or not. And that is the end of the video. Now, this is also going to be the end of the series for this particular design. However, I am planning on making a few more videos about different construction methods you can use or different ways you can install the plumbing, and even a few more things about some design suggestions made by other viewers. So if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comment area, or any questions, leave them in the comment area and I will answer them as soon as possible. And of course, if you enjoyed the series or you enjoyed this video, make sure you let us know by hitting the thumbs up button.